You try. But nothing changes. It feels like you're trapped in an invisible prison. The walls aren't made of bricks. There are no bars, no guards, no cells. It's something deeper, a state where no matter what you do, it all seems pointless. The world around you doesn't move. People don't hear you. There are no real results. It's like reality itself is deaf to your efforts. You keep pushing, pretending everything is fine, setting goals, even achieving some, but inside, something remains unchanged. Emptiness. Powerlessness. A whisper, what's the point? And worse, why does nothing shift inside me? This state isn't always dramatic. It hides behind routine. Behind words like, that's just life, what can you do, stay strong. It silently slips into your everyday existence. Until one day, you wake up and realize you're living by a script. And you didn't write it. We are taught that we don't have control. That everything affects us, the economy, the system, family, bosses, society. We just react. But when did we agree to be a reaction instead of a source? Powerlessness doesn't appear out of nowhere. It grows from a series of small self-betrayals. Moments when you wanted to say no but stayed silent. Wanted to walk away but stayed. Wanted to risk but chose safety. At first, it feels like nothing. Then it becomes your default. And suddenly you can't tell where the real you begins. And where the convenient mask ends. Where your decisions are truly yours. And where they are just conditioned responses. You're still moving, doing, pleasing. But where are you in all of that? The paradox is people can live decades without realizing they are not living their own life. Until silence hits. You're alone, no screens, no roles, no distractions, and suddenly there's emptiness. Not depression. A painful kind of clarity. You realize you no longer want to be a cog in the machine. You want to return to yourself. To that raw, alive feeling of I exist. And that's when fear shows up. What if I can't change anything? What if it's too late? What if I try and lose everything? These thoughts are the guards of the prison. They don't let you leave. Because freedom isn't comfort. It's responsibility. Freedom means you stop blaming. Stop hiding behind circumstances. And finally ask yourself, what am I creating in my life? We are taught to conform. That success means approval. That love must be earned. That being yourself is dangerous, foolish, naive. But what if that's all backwards? What if the return to yourself is the real strength? What if real change doesn't start out there, but in how you see the world? Powerlessness is not reality. It's a perception. And it often comes when we are focused on changing what's outside our control. People. Systems. The past. But there's something you can change right now. Your attention. Your reaction. Your choices. That might seem small. But that's where the loop starts to break. When you choose awareness, even in the smallest things. When you stop living on autopilot. Pause and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Where did this desire come from? Is it even mine? What am I sacrificing to stay acceptable? It hurts. Because you begin to see how often you've abandoned yourself. But that pain is power. To see clearly. Awareness won't make everything instantly better. It makes it real. And in reality, freedom begins. You no longer need external proof. You stop being a victim. You start being. Then you begin to notice. Even the smallest inner shift changes. How the world responds. You become calmer and people stop provoking. More honest and conversations deepen. More present and new opportunities emerge. Not because the world changed, because you did. You've stepped out of powerlessness. You reclaimed your right to be the author of your life. Of course, it's not painless. You lose old relationships. You meet resistance. You can no longer hide. But you no longer want to. Because for the first time in a long time, you feel alive. And that feeling of being whole, real, imperfect but true is priceless. So how do you break the chains of powerlessness? Quit running. Look at where you are honestly. Cut the noise. Just be with yourself. You'll be surprised how much strength is hidden in your silence. A simple action. Not big, not flashy. Just one honest yes to yourself or one clear no to someone else. Allow yourself to stumble, to be scared, to not know. Allow yourself to be in process. Because the path is not about achieving. It's about returning. You don't have to be a hero. You don't have to save the world. You just have to be. Honestly. Authentically. No masks. That's when you step out of the prison. Because it was never outside you. It was inside. Inside the belief that you are nothing. But you are not nothing. You are a beginning. You are a point of choice. You are a possibility. And every time you choose to be yourself, you break another chain.